they play able to be going up against ENCE. I think ENCE needs to have one of those showings where he just goes off, he gets 30 frags. If not him, then Shox or somebody else.
Right.
And that's the problem for G2. They're relying too much on the individuals and not on the team play right now.
And the scary part is when those two come alive in tandem, but they're going to have to do it now. Backs against the wall is G2 Esports facing Elimination, and it's ENCE there above in this series so far. With Sadakis and Henry G, you're not in any better hands than those two. Take it away, guys.
It's true, we've got strong hands. Extremely strong, well practiced. And so will these two teams on this particular map. It's a very common one in the pool, and we'll see if ENCE can find the 2-0 here. They stole away the first map in overtime, courtesy of an auto shotgun map.
Lucky just waiting it out. Body. He'll hold in the backside of Mirage in B. Meanwhile, though, it's back over toward mid. They're fanning the map, shall we say, spreading out across all assets. They're not putting anyone inside of the apartments at B per se, but they've got two inside of Palace, one A main. And if they can get control of mid with the two players sent that direction, both Alu and Zevin, they can split very quickly onto the A site. They've gotten up toward the ladder as well, which means they can jump toward the window. They can also swarm connector. Shox has a lot of work ahead of him.
He managed to get some great kills on Dust 2, but also some very questionable rounds as well. ENCE. Oh wait, this Shoxy does hit a tremendous shot towards the window here, but ENCE have made their way towards A. ENCE can't find anything. It's a 4 versus 4. X7 has control of the vent as well. They've got a smoke available to them. 4 shorts if that's where they want to deploy it. Maybe CT spawn as well. Smoking the connector would block a lot of access for the CTs. X7 now challenged at the window position. If he gets his kill, that should put ENCE in a fantastic position. He jumps in spawn, I love it. Lucky has spotted him, and he'll have to let him slip by because he cannot go through that vent right now.
Jax. He's got aerial. Still blinded though. He walks out late from the window room. That was a key kill. They still managed to get off on it. Alexi's got inside the smoke already. He's going for the knife, and he's got Jax down. Good start. They win the round, and he gets some money.
They absolutely do. It's ENCE winning the pistol round there. Remember, G2 got both pistols on Dust 2. So ENCE will find their first here, and they have the map advantage as well. Alexi B showing us what he's made of with the P250 there. Nice A split from the ENCE side. He managed to get the knife out as well and get a ton of cash for the next round. As we move on, CTs should be full eco on Mirage. Not really much you can do with CZs and smokes here. A couple of rifles. 3 in total now for ENCE as the mid push from the CTs. No method here, just walking up and hoping for the best. Not fully committing though. They do have mid control, I guess, but it's the A execution coming in from ENCE here. They shouldn't have a hard time closing this one out.
He's got the bomb to go down. Seven's got Kenny. He's going to hold it off here, right? They need to damage, but enough to really take away any factors in coming back into the site. They're just easily able to spray them in. Absorb those bullets. Reset the rounds. All 5 dead and all 5 stay alive. Don't even think there was any damage done.
I don't think there was. It was a round they were going to lose regardless, but it's a couple of kills. Certainly would have helped them out, but they are going to buy here. 4 Orgs. G2 now fully embracing it. I remember having a conversation with Shox on Twitter recently. He was saying they hated the fact the Org was so prevalent in the game, and he's gone for the AWP out of the gate. Glass cannon. He had exactly enough to buy the weapon, so this is not a usual setup for them. Of course, the sniper ENCE usually wielding the weapon. ENCE going to pull off this round. Send G2 to another eco. 2 players of our helmets make that MAC-10 UMP combo very potent. 3 smokes remain, and 2 players in Palace. ENCE close range of the Org. Jax at the A ramp, playing in front of any potential smokes here.
Alexi just waiting to get inside of the window, already up on the ledge. So 2 players up, as you say, this far forward. If they get to window and wrap in behind, Kenny needs to be very careful, because he could be exposed. Fortunately, so far, the player that is in the window, Alexi, he's still looking to the vent. Kenny still happens to be looking the wrong way because he looks back exactly when Alan goes in. You called it, Jax. Good damage. Bomb drop for a moment. Thankfully, Sergey stays up with 20 HP because that means he can get the bomb quickly again, but he's not there for much longer. Jax back in toward Tetris, and we quickly caught Shox getting a kill as well. This round looks very scattered at this point. Seven's going to get one on... Body's got him. I thought he might get one on B. The problem is the bomb's still down at the Palace position.
Alexi could drop himself towards shore here. It's a difficult jump to land.
He's going to be caught. I don't think he's aware body's already inside of the ladder room, so if he tries to go for it...
Missed it. It's a tricky one, under pressure as well. Will be taken down in the end, and G2 win a critical round for themselves there. It's the AWPA Shoxy that managed to land a couple of kills. No problem there. It was a risky maneuver. Like I said, not a usual setup for them, but it works out. KennyS will receive the AWP in turn, and it will be Shox now to be dropped a weapon, I assume, as they go up against ENCE, who will have another buy here. Alu on the AWP for the first time. Only got 1 kill so far, but very early on. We go into round number 4. For Mass for Shox. Default round by the looks of things, but there are some smokes deployed early on, so are they just trying to sell some presence towards B? You can see 2 smokes landing towards the pillars here, so they're going to send a couple of players in. The bombs at Palasos. This is definitely a fake, just to pull some CTs over. That actually works out. Look at the minimap. 3 CTs actually probing towards B right now, but not feeling the threat. They will fall back, so they know 1 player's in towards window at least. They've seen that grenade thrown, and look at Lucky's position. He's got all the way up towards T-spawn, but he has got to deal with X7.
Ariel gets Kenny.
Oh,
Lucky.
Goodness.
He's having a bit of a interesting time so far in this series, shall we say. Alu in, finds Shox. Remember, this is ENCE's map choice. So you think back at some of those rounds, the Lucky defuse it.
What?
Find Jax, got 2 on that? I'm very surprised he picked up both. That gives them a chance back into the round. Bomb is still working its way toward the A site. It's not crossed over. Okay, I take it back, it has. Excuse me, I thought it was still over toward A main, but Jax swinging finds Alexi B. It's down to a 1-on-1 because he's burned him from the grave, and Alu, he was well aware of that. He finds Lucky, it makes it 3-1.
That's absolutely massive there for ENCE. Not only is it the reset, but they have a nice lead now. It's 3-1 in their favor. Alu actually manages to stay alive with the AWP as well. Gets himself 2 kills in that round. It looked like it's all going to go wrong at this moment here. Jax, he gets a low HP player, and lucky for him, Sergey just runs into the crosshair as well. Jax will make it down to the 2 versus 1, but then burnt to a crisp. Do they force buy here? The CT's opting not to. So they'll get some deagles, some smokes, but this is looking likely to be 4-1 on the T side of Mirage. A execution, 5 players here. Going to be focusing towards Palace mainly. Smokes going in, 3 deployed, but the CTs can respond. Do they want to commit to this? They don't have to go through that smoke.
Shox is certainly going to. They don't have to go through from the A side, but he will to get defensively positioned. Jax blinded, just spraying his deagle, if that makes any sense at all, but hoping to catch off someone else walking in. He can't do it, and Kenny goes down as well. Shox reverse fire, though, could surprise them. They've already found 2 in the site. They may not expect him to be here. So if they bring the bomb over and he denies, it's early yet, so there's lots of time, but it could be a problem, especially if they can get more players to continue taking the aggression away, as is the case with Alu's op towards CT.
Yeah, Shoxy really is the linchpin of this. They're not going to check it either. Ali's going to walk straight past and
let him go.
That's a kill, but yes, he wants to win the round, not just get 1 frag here. He'll let him go past for now. This is absolutely everything. Shox has done it.
Oh, no, he hasn't. Sergey, the only player that hadn't crossed, he was still up above. He was still on the balcony, and that means he could see his head just poking out. If he waited for the bomb plant and not yet moved, that would have been massive.
He had it, and that's why he doesn't go for that first kill. He wants to see if he can actually win the round. 1 kill wouldn't be enough there, and I respect it. It takes a lot of discipline just to see all those targets in front of you, but oh my goodness, how heartbreaking is that? 4-1 down. Tournament life on the line. They already lost their pick of Dust 2 in overtimes at ENCE, who didn't look their best either. But right now, they are in control of this. It's 4-1, another eco. G2 have to let this one slip by once again. Kenny, 3,500, currently on 0 and 5. This has not been his major, but he can still get back into it. Another anti-eco for ENCE. Got the mid control. Presence towards short as well. Going to throw some grenades there to push back any potential CTs on the other side. But a bit of a B stack coming through. G2 will have 4 players there, as they have Jax pushing all the way towards T-spawn from the Palace. So he's getting information at least. He can confirm it's not A at least, boys. A chance for them to win here. The stack could be enough.
Certainly could be. They're lucky still inside of it for G2. Control this half as quickly as possible. This is their tournament. This is their major on the line. Had such a tough time even in the challenger stage that it was addressed by the organization themselves that they were not pleased publicly.
They've had to do a few of those tweets now.
They have. This might have rectified some of those issues if they could make it into the top 8, but right now they're a far cry from it. Need 2 best of 3s to go their way, and this one they're already down a map. X7 wants to find balcony player, body, backside beat, spots him up, but gets dinked in the process. Not a bad start for the Pistols in their hold on their defense set beat. But that does dissuade the bomb and all the other players that were intending to go this way. He just barely got out of there to get back over toward A. That's where Shox waits once more. This time he's not quite as cleverly positioned, but they still haven't checked it. 18 seconds as well, he's fired a shot. He saw them jumping, he thought he was spotted in turn. They'd committed to the bomb plants, and Kenny could have been a problem for them.
One absolutely brilliant start here from ENCE. They lost the first gun round, but answered back swiftly. And finally, there's some money here. Kenny S still on 0 kills. Maybe take the time out here. Are they going to go for the double AWP again? Will Lucky bring that weapon out? He doesn't just yet. Kenny's got his sniper. But this is now recovery mode. They're on the favored side here, the defense of CTs. They've got no kits. Little utility on Kenny S and Shoxy. No incendiaries for those boys. Kenny, though, happy to face towards top and middle. Molotov starting to come through, though. Will he get a smoke towards our position? Time will tell. It's another default comes in. Ali is actually being a lot more active, though. He'll happily hold this position for like 30 seconds or so. He knows the fact he has vision there, he might catch someone transitioning from B. Or the sniper just looking like that. He goes away at the perfect time for some reason. He takes his eyes away from it, and that's when the smoke comes in, and he missed the opportunity.
Absolutely has missed it. Ali has to back away from this as well. Jax is the only one directly on the A side so far, and backing away with those smokes down. Shox. He's given up the position to Alexi. Aerial back turned. Kenny's actually got the shot onto him from Catwalk, so he's looking for the right direction. Shox doesn't have to worry too much more about anyone on the other side of the smoke. Meanwhile, Jax, he wants to hold off with the AUG, and they're already working out from Tetris. They can spot him as well. He doesn't consider going for the ticket jump because the flames are down in front of him. Instead, Shox will flash his teammate back into contention, potentially get caught out, though, by doing it because they were on either side of him at Monster. Found does give Jax a chance back into it. Kenny's got the AWP in position. Couldn't find a shot towards Shadow. Second one misses as well.
Yeah, it's been a lot of that, Matt.
Firing blanks, but Alexi gets another kill. He'll rotate back out. Shox goes down. They were holding the vent the entire time. Jax at least was wise to it, but Body is the master right now in this play. Missed shots may not matter if you've got position on everyone. He's got a lineup. Oh no! Missed shots apparently do still matter, Body. What in God's name? That's unbelievable that he's missed those.
They've had so many disastrous moments like that, G2. Shots in the back, missed AWP opportunities, and it's all going wrong for G2 here. How he doesn't get that frag, I couldn't even begin to tell you. Body's been rattled at this stage. He had some of those moments on Dust 2, and they keep happening. 3 versus 2. The round is going to be going in favor of ENCE here. Jax and Kenny hoping to hold on to their weapons here, but Kenny towards the bench. I'll tell you what happens here. Looks like Alexi's making his way through. He's not going to kill Kenny by the looks of things, and he got an opportunity there, but no frag given. But 6-1. Maximum loss bonus racking up now.
I don't know. If this is the kind of game they're going to have, how do you mentally pull yourself back into it? Kenny misses 2 shots. Sure, they were flashy, they were quick, but they were Kenny style. That's in his wheelhouse. And this is just unacceptable.
Yeah, it really is. Like I normally try and give players the benefit of the doubt in those sort of situations, kind of give some reasons as to why he could have missed a shot, but that really should be landing. There's no reason for that kill not coming through. They weren't looking at it, they weren't expecting it. You fired off, what, 6 or 7 bullets, he spins around and kills you. It's a little bit embarrassing. So they're going to take a timeout, try and get everyone's head in the game. You can see them crumbling here. That sort of round will be on your mind for the rest of this map.
And if by chance it is somehow related to nerves and tenseness and muscles, it's only going to get worse when you miss a shot like that. The pressure is only going to exemplify as we find ourselves 6-1 ENCE T-side Mirage already. AWP for Kenny, AUG for Jax, that's saved over. Deagle, P250, CZ, that's it.
Got the Kenny AWP. 1 kill to his name, and Shox has already gone down. Oh, wow. Lovely stuff from Alu here. He is putting on a show. That's the level he should be playing at, right? He's delivering on all fronts. Kenny, yes, like you said, the shots are flashy, but he's famous for hitting those flashy shots, and we've barely seen it so far in the series. Bomb's going down. They might have to consider saving again. The first 2 picks come in favor of ENCE. This could be 7-1.
Yeah, they've at least picked up the it's gone again. I was going to say they could at least carry that over to join Kenny, who has the AWP still. But yeah, they're going to have to save this. He's going to have to just try and stay alive, and ENCE is aware of the situation. They'll leave a few guys back with the bomb. The rest will fan out across the map and try and find him.
They've got so much time to hunt him. The fact he's fired a shot there has given up at least his position generally. And Ariel just spotted him there as well. He's at the van. He is done for. He's going down. No chance Kenny survives this.
You say he spotted him.
Yeah.
Why is Alexi being so slow about the position?
He just spotted him in that area. They want to confirm that he didn't jump the bench or anything. They've got time here. Might as well go in together, trade it out. Don't have to rush him with a knife. You know he's there.
Just surprised he doesn't rush out again. Wait, Kenny. The dolly nearly took away the kills. A voodoo dolly absorbing the damage, but 7-1 for ENCE. They'll take away the AWP. They only lose 1 in doing so, and this is a spectacular situation. They've all got around 10k.
Yeah, couldn't be better right now. Alu at the start. Nails the first kill, got the second as well. His body going down the window. 7-1 up on the T side of Mirage. It doesn't get much better than that. Kenny needs to start showing us that star potential. Heads towards window right now. This is a heavy commitment. Makes it safely towards the connector there, anticipating the Molotov. Able to see above it now. Flash comes in, doesn't affect him. Bottom, top, and mid. Alu this time with the AWP, working towards B. He's up against body. Just hoping that a jump hit comes in, he can take him down, but body's actually passively holding the site, common position. You see Zipex holding that spot as well. It's very safe, gets you intel, allows you to react if you're anchoring solo.
So body goes passive to watch it, as you say. Keep that window covered. The bomb goes back over toward A in the meantime. Lucky's pushed up underneath the ladder. Hog to hold, Jax. You can get the information above if anyone walks in, but they haven't got eyes on A main as a result of that. Kenny, he'll swing quickly to the stairs if needed, but he needs to stay close as well because Shox doesn't have confirmation that no one's down below. So the setup in mid requires 2. Full A hit. Zevin waits at horseshoe, top mid. And he just barely got into the corner. He's going to get Shox here. Flash in. Does he spot the gun barrel? No, he's going to run. He's gone. Shox is down. X7 even knew that he was there, took the shot, but on the site, it's all going the other way. It's all G2 to shut down the front take. X7 wanted to wait to try and get catwalk when the post plant came in, but instead, it's not even going to happen. It's 20 seconds left, and he's left to clutch it back. They knew where he was because of the kill. Body still can't hit the shot.
Can't hit anything right now.
And it's going to be around at least to G2, but at what cost? I say it is. He's got 8 seconds. Bomb's a little bit too far away to plant, and he's looked at Tetris expecting they were holding it. He's now got to chase. He's pre-firing everything. And at this point, he just needs to keep his gun and get away.
Oh my goodness, way too expensive though for G2. How Body is missing all these shots. It's getting to be at the nightmare levels as he's currently sat on 3 and 8. Easy shots and players that have knives out, it's just not connecting for him. Luckily, Kenny S is starting to show us a bit of form now. He did lose the AWP at the end though, so they won't have that weapon heading into this round. They have the AK, saved by Lucky, and they should have taken a timeout here. The fact they're juggling weapons after the freeze time expires, just everything that could go wrong is happening. Body's on a deagle only. A difficult weapon to use effectively if your aim's off.
Though already in position, they had no idea. Kenny's gone already. Shox holds with the M4, 2 players, 1 high, 1 below, and they're going to Molotov him out. Just directly into Alu's clutches. That is so well played from ENCE, and just a nightmare again for G2 on a reset round.
Yeah, a massive reset round. It doesn't get more destructive than this. Lucky needs both of these frags, not going to happen. Alexi's low at least, and Jax with the AWP does nail at least one of them. Remember, Body's got the deagle. This is all down to Jax now, as they start to rotate towards B, and there's no positional control from the CTs at Alice in this shot. Oh, okay, Body finally arriving here. He might have saved the day.
Alexi wants to try and sneak it in, you're right. They've got it back to a 2-on-2, something to salvage in the round.
So I'm guessing that X7 will go towards kitchen here, and they'll try and pincer towards B, hoping the CTs are segregated at this stage. Body, they know only has a deagle. He has not recovered that rifle.
He almost has to go on this X7. I know it's so tense to go through the vent. Body spotted. They now know where he is now. That distracts. That at least lets Alexi get in, because on 8 HP, they had to figure out where the B player was. That part is done. Alexi still doesn't have the best position, but he will now, because X7's already cleared off the second player, and he knows where Body is. He's tagged at 9 HP, 31 versus 9. Deagle is certainly still available in this round, and the op as well. Molotov's going to force X7 out, and he doesn't have the HP for this. He could actually get on top of it. He's got a kit. Why is he not just holding? Hold that defuse. You've done everything you need to do to keep him away. He's not going to peek you. The defuse was done at this point. And he goes back in. Body goes down. It's now 8-2. Reset firmly hits.
Oh, that's so devastating for Body. Finally, he starts arriving on the survey, gets a nice 1-dig in the B side. He brings it right down to the 1 versus 1 there. He gets the AWP. He's got a Molotov. It looks so good. If he has held the defuse, he wins the round. Didn't quite trust in it. And as soon as the Molotov is about to expire, that's when the terrorist peaks. And just when he goes to look at the bomb as well, so he has no chance of actually hitting the shot.
The one thing I will say is, if he didn't know that he was low on HP, he might have thought he's going to peek in the flames. He'll take a bit of damage to make sure he's not going to defuse. So the fact that he didn't already, maybe he thought he was going to get away with it at that. It just isn't going his way. Let's just put it that way. We can try and summarize it all we want.
The fact he gets close to winning the round really doesn't count for anything at this point.
Yeah,
it doesn't affect the money. They're on Nico now anyway, so it's like he has to win that round for it to be significant. The only silver lining to that is Body will start feeling like he can start hitting shots now, as he managed to get very close to winning that one, but still, the fact it goes against him will still be detrimental to his overall temperament. 1 minute 15. Deagles, no armor, no nades. And Body losing HP again, down to 41. Shox is 2 and 9. Kenny has 4 and 9. Lucky 3. I think you get the point. No one's really fragging at all. There's a lot of missed shots here. And you can say, oh, it might be nerves and everything like that. These guys,
it's done. They've
been around for, like, Shoxy, especially if you're around for like a decade playing CS. Like, there shouldn't be any nerves at this stage. When you're such a veteran. I understand it from the younger guys, but Body's been around a long time as well.
Yep. Yeah, he's certainly not the new boy anymore. Alexi just, he's got another kill on Shox. He's having another spectacular game, just as he did on Dust 2. That's his 16th kill. Ariel gets Body. Other than Jax, by the way, the only one in double digits until now. X7 will find his 10th. But 9-2. Dust 2, 19-17 in their favor. They stole that away from G2. I shouldn't say stole, they closed it out. G2 nearly pulled that back, to be fair.
Yeah,
but at the same time, they did steal the map that was not chosen by them.
They stole away the last round for sure. The auto shotgun in lower B, like that shouldn't be going in their favor. They had no AWP, they had to just go in lower B, and there was actually Alu who gets the first kill in the auto shotgun, and all hell breaks loose. The one thing I want to say is, sure, like sometimes you got to lose to a team you expect to beat. Like G2 came in this one saying they're not going to fail. All the tweets are sent out there, they're going to be performing to their maximum potential today. If you go out in this manner and you just roll over on the second map, like especially like a map like Mirage as well. If it was like Nuke and they wouldn't necessarily practice on it, they kind of got done in the Vita, I'd say yeah, fair enough. But the fact it's Mirage and they look so weak right now, this would be the most crushing way to exit the major. You just didn't even turn up, you barely fragged. And they have to eco again, man. Their money situation is absolutely ruined. 5-man stack on A. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Well, 2 flashes, they'll attack middle eventually with those flashes, but it's not going to be enough to win a round. It'll be enough to maybe get a couple of kills. Body's setting up the flash right now. Occasionally, these sort of full ecos can work, but the T's are so defensive right now, I don't think there's much chance.
Body waiting. Not even reverse fire this time. He's got 4 inside a connector. Round 12, and things are looking rather dull if you're on the G2 side of the equation. Again, this is elimination flashed out in desperate times. They'll run out middle. Dink again. Alexi's got to back off it, but Shox is so tagged into Alu finding a kill on the AWP. There's nowhere for them to go. It's all onto Body in this round. Let's put it behind us as well, Henry. It's water under the bridge. Or the fridge.
Or the fridge is the more conventional way to say it, I think. But and his Body, just a PT1000. Not really much he can do about this one, I'm afraid. Alu's just waiting for him, hits the shot, and he should be finished off here. 10-2. If they can get 10-5, it's still possible. But the way things have gone down so far, I'm not sure that's even an option for them right now. They do have enough to buy here. Almost have a KennyS once again. Orgs are out. Shock's yet to buy. He goes with the M4 instead. He seems to be focusing on that M4 a lot more than other players here. I know he's not a fan of the AUG and the way the game's going, but we've talked about it already. If you're going to be stubborn and not use it, you're actually just limiting yourself. No one's giving you respect for using a gun that's not as effective.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Shocks does get X7. Nico seems to be another one in that boat. We'll see if they can pull their struggles together as well and see if maybe he's just going to use the AUG. The next matchup, they come up next, just to note, against Complexity. Ariel's got Shocks down, so that M4 only yielding a single kill, and that's one of two they've gotten around. They're one down, as Jack still holds towards CT. Bombs back toward A main. They've got to go back forward. Sergey's going to do so now. They've realized that they had a chance to clear the site. Jack's caught them out for it. Lucky's going to do the same. All onto Alu in the AWP. Might be a third round finally for Jitsu. He's got a AK. He knows he has to, but Jack has the angle forward of the Flames. He actually got aggressive to hold him off. And that's the right call because he knew he was pursuing his low HP teammate.
Well, there it is. Lucky and Jack's managing to win the round. It's only their third, though. They can't afford to be reset here. Solid conversions need to occur. Hence picking up the pace a little there with their A approach. Alu hits two brilliant shots at this point. Well, he goes down a connector, but this was a nice play from Jax, just to win out the round. They're jumping above the Flames instead of running away. It's round 14. Whatever happens, ENCE have money for the final round, and this looks likely to be a play towards B. The bombs are middle, so they can definitely go towards underpass as well. Finally, a bit of confidence from G2 as they challenge towards middle here. We haven't really seen many offensive approaches from them. Body again, holding the back of B with the AUG. Alu waiting for jump picks, so neither of them getting what they want right now. So we've seen this set up a few times this tournament. Shocks watches underpass. If his teammate gets aggro top middle, he can swing round and back up. It can fall apart. A well-placed flashbang can shut this down.
They had this set up 2 rounds ago when they had guns. Problem is, they have to hit the shot stop mid. Kenny's done that, Chunks. Keep your focus. You're tasked with one specific position. Kenny's easily able to trade off that. Doesn't quite catch the player shuffling over those, so Ariel still gets the trade back. They're down a man, but it'll open up mid. And it'll give them some possibilities, some opportunity perhaps, as Jax has to watch out from. Tickets needs to make sure he's looking in the right direction. Does spot Ariel just in time, puts him on 6 HP. And that should be confirmation enough that they're still in mid. But Body also pushing up inside of the apartment that they're not going to be hitting up the B site because they've jumped off it. Jax knew that, and he's found Sergey as well. This round will go P2's way. They'll get a 4th, and 10-4 being our score.
Like we said, 10-5.
Yep.
Certainly recoverable, but ENCE have all the funds available to them in the final round here. Alexei with 11k, 8,000 X7. Sergey a little bit quiet this game, but that's not a problem. They've got 10 rounds on the board here, maybe even 11. We'll see. This form shown by the likes of Jax can continue. He's got 15 kills. He's the only one. He's in double digits right now. We're entering round 15. Now that's a problem.
It's a massive problem. Credit to him for 15. He's second overall in kills to only Alexei. Shocks down again. Speaking of, it's Alexei, 21st kill for him this half. As we are in round 15, Jax is able to put down Ariel. Kenny's still waiting, though. We'll get Alexei back. He knows they're above. He goes up as they go down. He avoids them. He nearly gets a jaunt at yet another butt. And all it does is bait in Lucky. It's a trade back on Sergey. Bomb not yet planted on 1:22. They can swing on this. Lucky's decided to get aggressive from CT. It's going to pay off. 10-5, they'll get there. 3 rounds in a row, and finally, something going their way.
It was looking so weak for G2 there, but they've managed to have a bit of a resurgence towards the end and get 3 rounds in a row. This is ENCE's map pick, and they currently have double digits on the T side. Will they close it out 2-0, or can G2 take us to nuke? We'll take a quick break and conclude this game after this.
It could be the end of the line at 5 rounds only achieved by G2. CT side of Mirage already down a map. It was their choice on Dust 2. This one's not, and ENCE could be at least moving on to tomorrow.
G2 with 5, it's a lot better than 2, man. They managed to get 3 at the end, so they actually give themselves at least a chance here. If they lose this pistol, though, it could be an early finish here in this series. We'll see what happens as it is going to be ENCE making their way towards top and middle. Lucky actually manages to take down Aerial at the very start of the round, but he's exposed right now. Alu takes a few pop shots, but his teammate's getting tagged up there, and surely X7 goes down. Indeed he will.
That's under the window, has body to play off of, trying to do exactly that, but it's still going to fall apart for them. Alu and Sergey getting the kills. This could be 11 for ENCE, but at the same time, they've escaped. They've got away. They've left it at 2-on-2, and they've still got the bomb. That's the important asset in this round, in this occasion. They want to try and rotate it off. They split the defense up. They're going to play this in a 1-1 situation on the CT side.
These are the two young guns of G2 who need to prove themselves here. Lucky and Jax up against Alu and Sergey, two of the hardest hitting players on the ENCE side.
Look at this pinch position, though. If they're going to go 1-1 on either side, this is a very clever way of doing it because they pinch it off entirely. The peak knows it. Jax, he can't get it back in time. He had 3 kills in the round. And Lucky goes down. Jax can't find another. That was I have to say, very well played. Clever from ENCE. Normally, you see them burrow themselves into the site. They played perfect crossfire, but also in a position where they could rotate quickly.
They can access both bomb sites in there. One a short, one a connector. You've got B and A covered, and you help each other out if they come towards middle. You're right, that is excellent positioning, and Alu nails the final shot there. I do feel for Lucky and Jax, they managed to get 4 kills in total. Unfortunately, didn't get a bomb plant. They have to take an eco. That's going to be 12-5. There is a small chance they can win this round as they head towards middle, but they're just crossing over. Alu doesn't even want to take the challenge just yet. He's waiting for them to fully commit and get some aggro from his teammates first. Damage being done, first kill found, and the second. It's all going in favor of ENCE right now as they deploy Incendiary. Actually lands perfectly, lovely stuff. It's a good shot from Lucky, but that's ENCE one step closer now. But here comes the buy from G2. The AKs can come fourth. Lucky has 5,300. Remember, he got those 3 kills, he gets extra cash. Not going to buy the orb. Lose this round. It could be all done. Need at least a plan here. Something. Just a clutch potential.
Shox, I have to say, when he gets in situations like this, he almost looks angry. Sometimes I feel like that's not the best emotion to have.
I think he's more angry than frustrated with himself at this stage. He's got a lot of pressure on him right now. He's not delivering in the fragging department. 5 and 16. Those are not Shoxy numbers. You expect it to be the other way around. 16 and 5 would sound more realistic for him, right?
Yep.
But right now, against ENCE, he is getting blown out the water. They'll go for a B split here. They've actually got him short undetected. They haven't got a great deal of firepower here, but we'll see what goes down. Alexi B with the MP5. As the SMG's doing work here, but X7 surely goes down.
Respect that. He's got to the pistol. More damage done again. Shox dinked by that. Goes on to 8 HP. The AK is trying to rush in and secure the bomb plant. They barely do so. Barely, I say, because Lucky on 4 HP as well as the damage done to Shox means that despite having the man advantage, they're vulnerable. To play perfectly off of each other. Kenny's already got Sergey down. That's Sergey back. And it's going to be another one flashing through. Body takes out Alu, all onto Aerial. 1-on-4. He's got it down to 2, but not quick enough. Lucky's able to re-peak. HP was extremely low at the end. Body fell to 12, but G2 rises to 6.
Nice work from G2 there. Up towards shore very quickly. Nice mid-control. Managed to get up undetected. And they focus on the area that only has the SMGs there. So that couldn't have worked out better, but still a little bit too close for comfort there. 2 low HP players. Is Shoxy that managed to get out of the apartments. If he got dropped, it could have been a very different round. This was a nice play from Body. Starting to build that confidence now. It's never too late to turn up, as long as they're still under 16 rounds at the very top of the screen. 12-6. G2 get their first in the second half here. We'll have a tactical timeout from G2 now as they work out the finances of ENCE, try and work out what they're up against. Alu's actually purchased the AWP. ENCE want to win this round and shut it down. They can reset the finances here completely. Knowing they did a lot of damage there, but Jax on the MAC-10 will be very effective against the unarmored heads of Aerial, Sergey, Alexi, as X7 currently doesn't have armor himself. I assume he's been dropped a weapon. This is why you take the timeouts, because there's a lot to think about here. You need to calculate how this buy is going to go down, what stack are you going for, how are you going to find this first pick. I would say most of the pressure on this round is towards Alu.
Yeah, he's going to go mid. Ooh, Ooh, okay, he is. I thought he was going to run. I'm watching the minimap right now. I thought he was going to run it to B and try and get catwalk, but he goes directly onto mid. They, on the other side, G2, are going to go directly onto A. Already a smoke down top stairs. Late to jungle, massive gap. That's horribly thrown smoke. Fortunately, there's no rifles in position on that side. It's just Sergey on a deagle. I think they might have added a second one. Yeah, they did. There's got 3 smokes down now in one position. Means there's not one at CT. They've got to fight aggressively. Lucky and Body managing to do exactly that, but the smokes are off time, off sequence, and that gives Sergey information to run in. He's already taking down the bomb. He's got Body down because he was already he's on top of the stairs, nearly gets away. Jax with 4 will survive.
4 HP, a 1 versus 1 with the MAC-10. No celebration there. He's just relieved it actually worked out. That would have been horrible if that situation fell apart for them. The MAC-10 I said would be promising, but it was an absolute struggle there to close things out. LXCB puts himself in position to close it. Just about gets a headshot there at the end. 4 HP, 1 more bullet and he goes down. But the headline is G2 win the round, and it's going to be eco for ENCE. A chance for them to get back into this now. USPs, just 1 PT50 to purchase. That's going to be in the hands of Ariel. Smoke and a flashbang, and they're going to stack at the B site. That's where they're heading as well. They've rushed into this. No intel. And then they go.
Spotted by Sergey as well. He's going to keep going. 1 on Cat. Smoke was a little bit late to deploy to the gun, wasn't even ready, and Stack's not going to even get anything. Fortunate.
That's fast B split. G2 have seems to be effective. Jax didn't plant the bomb there. Would have got extra $300 if he did, but he's still got 5k in reserve. Not a huge deal. Shox will have the MAC-10. He's got 7,200 residual cash. Might just want to consider upgrading that. We get into the next round. That was the eco from ENCE. They have rifles now. 4 players have our helmets, and Shoxy does throw away the MAC-10 just to note. Actually gives it to Body. Still an effective weapon in this round. Just have to use it correctly. ENCE have been denied the early finish.
It's already going to be pushed aggressively again toward B by Jax.
They're
not slowing down. Maybe it's going to work for them. Maybe this is how they have to set the tempo. With this round, if they can win it, I'm not going to lie, X7's all over the place, completely overwhelmed. They get back to within 3, it's 12-9. We're not quite so grim as we were just a moments ago from the G2 side of things, and already they're going to call the save.
They're throwing caution to the wind at this point. They're just saying, you know what? We have got 5 excellent players here. Can all aim. Our slow approaches aren't working out for us, getting picked off one by one. Why don't we just focus on bomb sites as 5-man units? We know the money's low towards B. They're not going to have all the grenades there. You do need the incendiaries, the smokes to actually hold off a fast approach like that. But you're absolutely right. G2, with the 5 rounds they finished with in the first half on their CT side, it looks like it could be enough at this stage. They've managed to win a few rounds in a row here. Loss bonus racking up as ENCE just choose to save here. If you ever lose to a plants very early on the rounds, especially in the B bombs are on most maps, it's better just to call a save and keep the money up, especially when you're losing a few rounds in a row like this. We'll keep 4 weapons here. X7 goes down. He has 2,900. He can be dropped to FAMAS, perhaps, at the very most.
Molotov to the truck. And they were all over it. X7 had nowhere to go. The smoke was inside of the site, you could tell. Which way does he look? He didn't even know.
Yeah, if he had a bit more with the grenades there, could have been a different story. He'll go for the MP9 instead. Actually bought it for himself, so... Here we go. Execution fast again.
Yeah, it's a little too fast. Sergey this time gets the shot to Body. Smoke's run in position. They wanted to try and get a little hit before they landed. Lucky does get Alu back. Molotov down, spam ticket, good nade as well. All the damage stacked on top of each other. It's Kenny to get Sergey in the end, and they've got the advantage once more. And bomb plants, you're right, this fast pace is perfect so far from G2.
Yeah, really enjoying this. Finally seeing the strengths of G2 instead of them getting picked off as Shoxy goes for a huge flank here. I'm not sure ENCE can even justify going for this now.
They can, but the problem is, you try and save, that's not how easy does it, Shox. A little too loud. So maybe now they can get away with it. X7 still wants more. He knows they're toward Tetris as well. Oh my goodness! It's down to just Kenny. There's time enough, but I don't think that they're really committing to this. They're gonna have to rush him down. Alexi's got the kit, they're on it. ENCE is gonna pull this back on 13. Shox was pulling a backstab, and then the round just completely fell apart on that alone.
It's all on him. They weren't gonna go for it. He thought the round was over. He thought he could come into the fray and, Actually managed to catch some rotating players, saving their weapons. He goes down quickly, that gives an AK over, and all of a sudden the round turns on its head. I'm not sure how that round falls apart for them. They get so many entry kills, but X7...
Credit to him for taking that peek, because the other two still looked like they were going to save. You're right, as soon as they got the AK, he went, well, all right, well, let me just see what I can find. Gets 2.5 inside of the site. Damage on the third. Easy does it when they arrive at that point.
We talked about a lot of Dust too. These solo plays from him are actually costing them rounds. Yeah, sure, he'll win a couple of them, but at this point of the game, he needs to be with the squad. Aerial, a lot of damage in towards middle. He does get the kill on body. Kenny is down to 9, but still a 4-4.
Lucky's going to try and get closer. Smoke already down. In all facets, confirmed. One on catwalk as well, because the way in which that was thrown by Alexi, that reveals they've got position there. He'll get boosted. He wants to see inside a connector, but meanwhile, Lucky's going to disappear, dissolve, go back underneath, and just hold station at this point in time. They are rotating back through spawn with bomb, but if he holds in the underpass, he can sneak out later to cut off the rotation, so it's a bit of a lurk sequence. It'll be quite some time before they fully hit on A as well, because Jax is also rotating back over, and they've got such low HP on Kenny. He's pretty much either going to have to hit spectacular op shot, or they're going to have to be dead on with their smokes.
Well, luckily he has got the orb. It means he can justify walking and picking spawn, where there'll certainly be an orb if there is one there.
There's 3 on that side right now. Oh, he's just going to go straight. I thought they would at least smoke jungle, stairs, maybe go mid-site and try and get Kenny on a pick, but he's gone already.
He went for it, and it doesn't work out. They'll throw some grenades and try and buy some time on the CT side, but it's a 4-on-3 in their favor. Make it 2. Lucky goes down. Jackson shocks to pick this one up. They're both at the A ramp, and Sergey's almost certainly going to get one of these. It might not matter at this point. 3 versus 1. Jax, 1 smoke remaining, 20 seconds on the clock, and has to recover the bomb still. He'll get that. Can he do anything with this? They've got another fire available. He doesn't have to win it, but it certainly isn't ideal what goes against them. 14-9, 2 rounds in a row for ENCE. As the money starts to stabilize here with 3 players surviving. Alexi B, just to know, 28 kills and 13 deaths. Top fragging by a country mile.
He is, and he was excellent on Dust 2 as well. He's been spectacular in this series. He sits, 7 kills clear of Jax, who's in second with 21.
So they still can buy here. There'll be compromises, but Shoxy on 8k, Jax with 7. They'll have enough. Is someone have to drop for Kenny here? Goes with the AK, so he doesn't have that ult potential, but he's still a decent rifler. Don't worry about that. They can make this work. But at this point, no room for error. 2 rounds away from being knocked out of the major. And ENCE, if they do win this map, they're not through to the next stage of the tournament, but they do go 2-2. And they will play again another best of 3 tomorrow to see if they can make it to the round of 8.
Is something to be marveled. It's been 90 kills on the inside. Just around 60 or so on the opposing. Oh, buddy, yeah, you're absolutely right. Gets caught out. That is a bit awkward. He's got to make a decision. Hesitation is going to cost him dear. He's down to just 12 HP. Kenny still holds the bomb and still inside of mid. They've gone for a different approach. Definitely slowing the pace now and getting back to a deal of establishing mid presence. Alu's given them a gift. Body was low enough. Wouldn't take much to take him down, but he gets away with his life. He's still in it.
He has to be very sneaky now. Play headshot angles as GT rotate back towards A. They have 2 smokes, a Molotov, and they're going to start lining those up right now. Kenius will be smoking in towards A. Looks like there'll be CT spawn as well. Is this where ENCE finds map point?
He's not quite capable of hitting the second shot either. He knows they're inside, but he's worried still about the connector. Peeks out good, finds that time on Lucky, but Body gets him back immediately, and so they have to drop down. They've heard him, and they'll swing. Kenny gets him down. Aerial's locked out by the smoke. Bomb to go default, but Aerial, he knew exactly where that was. Had it lined up. AK drops it 26 seconds, and by the time they recover it, the utility is gone. This is a straight duel, a brawl inside of the site. Molotov at least gives them some clearance. It's going to force the angle of Aerial, and they'll get a kill as a result. It's all onto Alexi. They've turned it around again. Good timing on the flash. Shock's able to pick up the bomb. Will play on the safe side. Triple, and that's going to be 3. He's got the headshot. Damage is theirs. Still a winnable 1-on-3. He's got to kit. He doesn't have any other utility to work with. Does read that Shox was going to go high and dry, and he's taking him out immediately. Still has to worry about Jax. He's the high roller, and they'll peek this together. They'll wait for this to go to time.
He has got the kit. Enough HP to make this work, but time is ticking away now. Trying to focus on the Abraham player. If he had a assist, that would be ideal, but Jax listening out for the sound cues. Will find double digits for G2. A scrappy round, but they win it. They've got double digits now. And the money actually in a bit of a troubling position here for ENCE. They've got 1,400 on circuit. They're being officially reset here. Great opportunity for them to shut it down. Body takes himself to 10 HP essentially by running that connector and staying in the Molotov for so long. But like we said, as long as he plays sneaky at that point, stay in the connector, wait for his opportunity, he can contribute. It's exactly what he did. Good to see him finding some kills in the latter stages there. They've actually forced this ENCE. Oh, wow. This is a cool double orb setup with CZs. Didn't have to make this one, Matt. They've got a buffer here. And they've gone all in with the 2 sniper rifles and the pistols as they hold a ramp.
They haven't had a forward stance of this capacity before, so there still might be something in this.
Execution coming in again. G2, very simple game plan. No fakes anymore, sticking together, using their strengths. Trying to bait in the CT player here. He gets a double kill with the CZ, but they know he's there. He's got to try and get the hell out of here now. Flash is successful, and the smoke will buy him some time. 4 versus 3. ENCE back in contention as they have the advantage here, but plenty of time for G2 to rotate.
Kenny, that's bold. Him going in alone as well on the other side of the smoke. They'll get the bomb to get away. Jax couldn't even do anything to find Aerial. Because if he walked out from Palace, he was being guarded, he was being watched. They'll confirm that he's still there on the AK. Meanwhile, X7 spots them, nearly gets a shot on the second one as well. He now knows they're going toward B. And the rotation is on. The player in Palace absolutely does not have the bomb, so they can get there. And X7 again is the one that wants to try and shut them down. Reverse side window from the apartments, and this time he's not going to miss. Kenny gone. Jackson Shox! And Alu inside of the site's gonna find the ladder of the witch. Had the bomb. Shox to drop it down. Jax is the late lurk. He's gone. 15 rounds. ENCE go all in, and they might be going onward in this event.
They go for the double orb setup, the CZ to Deagles. They know they have to make a play. It's a ramp. They decide to deploy it. The double kill from the CZ that somehow gets away as well. Aerial gets it all done. He finds the bomb, and X7, he was having such a great angle towards T-Spawn. He spots him going to B, and they don't have any time to fall back. They're aware of it. He took a shot. They try and cross over. He nails it, denies the plant, and maybe even any chance of a comeback here. They have to buy now. 15-10 as ENCE look likely to 2-0 this. Up against P250's Deagles, a Galil. As Kenny S has the rifle. Fast again towards B by the looks of things. 4 players in the apartments. As Shoxy will take damage here. 7 detects the threat, drops the smoke. Can they close it here?
Oh, Alexi got the shot through the flash as well on the AWP. His clothesline body, this could be it. G2, they tried everything, but we might circle back to where we begun. Because this was a poor start in the challenger stage. There were signs of life. Certainly there was in this stage as well, but today, it's all come for naught. It's Kenny and Shox, the 2 that they built this team around that have to try and keep them alive. And it's not gonna happen. It's Aerial and Sergey to 2-0 G2. They'll move on to tomorrow, and the French side goes home.
Unfortunately, it just wasn't there today, Matt. G2 didn't look their usual selves, and ENCE had problems as well. They managed to steal away that last round and Dust 2 to win it in overtime. We move on to their pick of Mirage. They get a great lead. They give us some rounds towards the end. There were some signs of life for G2, but overall, it felt like